Welcome back, everyone. It is Tuesday, August 18th. It's Rod with POW Group coming at you with everything cannabis. Today, we're going to do a update on SPY. SPY hit a new all-time high, and we'll cover US marijuana stocks as well. We saw daily consolidation. So just before we jump into that, smash a like if you enjoy the content on this video and consider subscribing, and tick the little bell. You'll be notified on any future updates. So first and foremost on the agenda today was SPY with a new all-time high. You can see we broke above the 339.08, which was the previous level. We double topped at that level. We hit 339.07, and we pulled back significantly from the high of the day to a new low of the day. And something that we always reiterate is watching all of our major sectors. So if you look at the technology sector, the healthcare sector, the financials, the biotech, the Russell, if you look at semiconductors, energy, oil, everything was pulling back at that time of the day, and we got extreme. It pulled back almost 1% in just, I think it was 8 candles there on the 5-minute time frame, and then about 50 candles to get back up to the high of the day. So we're seeing some fast moves to the downside. We're seeing some fast flushes and some slow grinds up, right? So we're melting up, and you can easily be caught off guard. So just make sure that you're watching all of the sectors. Bitcoin was pulling back. It gave us a little bit of an early indicator. Same with oil, gold, and silver was also pulling back. So when we see all of that working together and pulling back together, we know that we can expect a hard and fast drop. So moving on to the SPY chart itself. So you can see here, we closed with a lower wick on the daily, and we just barely broke the low of yesterday. So the low of yesterday was 236.85. Today we had 236.61. So we did break that. As for SPY, we're seeing that we're in a 5-minute downtrend. So whether or not we gap up tomorrow, generally when we sell off at the end of the day, that's been the pattern, is the gap up the next day. So we'll have to wait and see tomorrow. So moving on to US Cannabis, I'm not going to cover the Canadian sector because there's not really much to report in that sector. So covering the US cannabis space, you can see here that we were rocketing to new highs on SPY, and US marijuana started to pull back into daily consolidation. We saw the leader in the space, Trulieve, with a pullback to a low of 28.45, and 28.50 was the previous low, and the last daily higher low we had was 27.98. So we just barely held that level. So we're still in a daily uptrend. So what we want to see is bulls. If you're a bear, potentially, maybe you want to enter on the loss of that level. Maybe you want to play off, if you're a bull, you want to play off that level as support. So maybe you enter here on daily consolidation. Remember, when SPY's at all-time highs, though, that's a little bit of a red flag. We shouldn't be selling off when SPY's at all-time highs. So personally, I didn't enter anything in the US space. I'm looking to get into the US space eventually, but I didn't see a convincing enough setup yet. You could have played off of that support with minimal risk, and you would have also had EMA 12 support there backing you as well. But personally, I'm waiting for a weekly higher and low. And like I said, because we were pulling back the majority of the day when SPY was hitting all-time highs, that definitely has me a bit cautious. So I would like to ideally load up on a weekly consolidation here if we potentially lose the 25.66 level. Moving on to GTII, Green Thumb. So you can see here, we're also in daily consolidation mode. We broke the low of the previous 2 daily candles, and we closed near the low of the day. So again, I don't think the bleeding is done for the US marijuana sector yet. So we'll just have to keep an eye tomorrow and see if we change the hourly trend. If we can change the hourly trend in most of these names, that's going to be our guide. And you can see that on Trulieve, on the daily, we've been holding EMA 12 support this whole run up. And on GTII, we've also been holding EMA 12, so it's been a good visual guide. Same with Curaleaf. So Curaleaf, we have yet to close a candle below, but today we came very, very close EMA 12 was 1161, and we closed at 1160. So we just barely closed below it. So again, I'm not confident in an entry here yet. Curaleaf would have been another good entry potentially off of support, which was the low of 1134. So if you're a bull, you potentially entered on that. If you're like me and you're a patient bull, you're waiting for a weekly higher low, and we're just expecting this to continue. So again, we're at the top of the Bollinger Bands. We have an upper wick here forming. I wouldn't be surprised, especially with the strength in SPY, that we consolidate, and I'll look to load up here on a weekly higher low again on Curaleaf. I definitely want some Curaleaf. Looking at CL, so CL held up better than most of its peers in the tier 1 US MJ group, and we have yet to break the low of yesterday, and we closed with a little bit of a bottom wick there, so definitely showing some relative strength in comparison to its peers. And we formed a hourly higher low, and we're looking to potentially set another hourly higher low and continuation. So we'll certainly be monitoring this tomorrow as well. We saw a little bit of a sell-off there into the end of the day, and $10 is a super important level on Cresco. As we know, that is a nice round psychological number. So let me know in the comments below which names you're potentially eyeing to get into the US cannabis space. Let me know if you're waiting for weekly consolidation, maybe you're waiting for monthly consolidation and you're really patient, and perhaps you're looking to hold 3 to 5 years out. I'd love to hear from you. Again, smash like if you like the video, and consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll talk to you guys again tomorrow with another update. Have a great day, everyone.